Welcome to the Dean James Podcast. What's up, everybody? Dean James Podcast. I'm going live here, doing another podcast on addiction and heroin addiction. And I was a heroin addict for a long time, and a lot of people have been commenting on the podcast I do on addiction and heroin. And let me tell you something. I know because I was there. I know because I did it. I know about withdrawals because I went through it 100 fucking times. That's why I can talk to you and tell you what will work for your opiate withdrawals and what won't work. But anyway, enough of that crap. Rocky Point Smoke Shop, 25A, best stuff for vapes and cannabis stuff. Wax, they have everything. Like to make wax. Blowing stuff and anything you need, pipes. They got everything there. It's great. I love those guys, and they're sweet bastards. Those Indians, they're all nice. I love Indians. They're fucking great people. Love them. They're freaking great people. But anyway, I want to talk a little bit about a story, something that happened to me when I was a heroin addict. And this has to do with mixing your opiates with benzos. When you're mixing your opiates with benzos, it is fucking evil. Let me just tell you something. It is so evil that it is about, I would say, 100 times more potent and 100 times more likely to die than just doing heroin alone. When you're mixing benzodiazepines such as Xanax and Valiums and Klonopins and stuff like that, oh my God, you are twisting up and twisting out. Really bad shit. Yo, everyone that's listening live, if you're, please, email us, message me on the message board. Let me know what's up. Let me see if I could answer some of your questions. All right, we have one question here. We got Will from Florida, the capital of OxyContin. All right, he is asking, is there anything I can take to help with my withdrawals that is over the counter? Yeah, listen to my podcast about opiates. There is something you can get in CVS and Rite Aid. It's Lopamine, I think it's called, or Lopamide. It's in stool softeners. Look, if you've seen Lopamide, I believe. It is an opiate, believe it or not. It doesn't cross the blood-brain barrier, so that's why it's legal. So that'll help. Take about 100 of them. Take a handful. It'll help. Ultram will help too. You can get a bunch of Ultrams. Suboxone. Suboxone will work if you're really deep into it, but if you're like less than 24 hours into it, don't take a Suboxone because you will experience a fucking living nightmare. All right, so my story begins with a Xanny bar on the train. I took a Xanax bar. Someone gave me a Xanny bar and I took it. I went to go do a bag of dope. I did one bag of dope. I spent 3 days wandering around the city. That's how powerful Xanax and dope is. I mean, I got beat up. I was in the hospital. I woke up in the hospital somewhere in the Bronx. I mean, first of all, I started off on the train. I got arrested somewhere in between on the train. And this is all when I was really fucked up. But I remember getting off and I had a whole bunch of money with me. I had like $1,800 on me. So I got arrested and I was able to pay my fine and pay my way out. So I paid that. Then I got there and I bought a whole bunch of stuff. I ended up with no money 3 days later in a hospital in the Bronx. Telling them, and the nurses and the doctors actually took up an offering for me to get home. That's how bad it was. So New York City is no place to be fucked up and wandering the streets, especially in Harlem when you're a white junkie. But anyway, I have another story. Once I took a Xanax and I was woke up and I was eating a bowl of cereal on my, not that I woke up, but I was like out of it. And all of a sudden, I came to and I'm eating a bowl of cereal on a table, on my kitchen table, thinking it was my kitchen table. So I look up and it's this old lady sitting there next to me and two other guys. So I continue to eat my cereal, grape nuts. And I'm like, yo, you my mom's friends? What are you doing here? They're like, just relax, just stay calm. And I'm like, oh, okay. Next thing you know, the cops are there. I broke into someone's house thinking it was mine. Took off all my clothes and started eating their cereal. So, yeah, it's crazy shit, man. When you mix benzos and heroin, it's fucking deadly. And a lot of people think that methadone is really bad and evil. And let me tell you something. Methadone saves a lot of lives. If you cannot stop shooting heroin, I'm telling you, methadone it might just save your life. You might want to try methadone. But if you can do it somehow on your own, I really suggest you try, because methadone is horrible, and it is a system that you get in, and you got to go every fucking day for years, and you get caught up years and years, and they don't really encourage you to get off, you know. But it does save lives, and it is a lot better than shooting heroin. So, you know, if anyone has any stories they want to email or message me on the message board. The message board is what? I don't even fucking know what the message board is. What is the message board? Spreaker. Spreaker. This is for people who are listening to this live, which is, what is it, Tuesday or Wednesday? It's Wednesday. Holy shit. It's Wednesday. But anyway, I love you guys, and I really hope that you don't do heroin, because it's an evil drug. And it will kill you. It absolutely will kill you. And there's nothing worse than going through withdrawals. I mean, I can't tell you the endless amount of times. All right. My worst nightmare was going through withdrawals in jail. And it happened. Okay? I was really, really sick. I was with my friend Ron. All right, now this is a crazy story, and this is true, and this is why I have a felony today. So, I'm going to let you guys know what happened. First off, I'm really sick. I have no money, nothing. I'm with my buddy Ron, who's about 62, 63 years old, and he's a junkie too. He's got a car and a place. I crashed out, but I did love this guy. He was a great guy, and, you know, he was a junkie and a veteran, and at one time, he had a lot of money, and so sad. But anyway, the story goes like this. I grew up with a good friend of mine who was my best friend. And he had a change jar that he always threw change in since he was like 13, 14 years old. He was throwing change in this. I used to steal money in it when I was 15 and 16. I mean, I would take $1 here, $1 there, some change, you know, from the ice cream man. But he always had it, even into our adults. So anyway, yes, I stole it. I broke into his house in the middle of the day and stole his jar of change. There was $2,700 in change, and I got a whole bunch of cocaine and a whole bunch of heroin. Oh, there is live. Here it is. This chat has currently no messages. Be the first to leave a message. All right, here it is. Hold on, guys. Leave a message. Boom. DJ Podcast, Spreaker, leave a message, baby. If you're live and you want to chat with me, go ahead. I'm on. There you go. Right there. There's a little bubble on your right there. Boom. Yeah. You could ask me anything you want. Anyway, let's get back to the story. So, I broke into his house and I began to, you know, I knew exactly where the change jar was. Like I said, I told you all that. All right. So there's $2,700. I bought a bunch of cocaine and a bunch of heroin. And I was seeing a girl at the time. And, I told her whatever, I couldn't come. I called in for work. But like an asshole, I took this change jar down the street. My fucking friend, like an asshole, didn't stay where I told him to. So I was running around the street with this change jar, which my ex-wife's father saw me. I ended up making a phone call, and that's ended up how I ended up getting caught. Anyway, I fucked over this really good friend of mine because I was a junkie, a heroin addict. And you know what? I paid him back tenfold. I actually paid him back double what was in it. And I think he got homeowners insurance, which was double, because he said there was like over $5,000 there, which there wasn't. It was 20, but it doesn't matter because it's a horrible thing what I did. And I did it because I was a heroin addict and a junkie. That's why I did it. So I'm not proud of it. And I paid my price, all right? I did some prison time. Not prison. I went to jail for it. And I did some county jail. County jail is horrible. So anyway, that gets to the point where I had to kick heroin in county jail. Oh my God, was that a nightmare. So anyway, kicking heroin in county jail was a nightmare. First off, in Riverhead, they put you in a 5-day holding cell. So you can't go anywhere for 5 days no matter what. So you are in 23-1, they call, which is 23 hours locked down, 1 hour out for 5 days straight. During this time, I was so sick. I couldn't eat nothing. It was just the worst. And then there's people that are fucking with you. And guards are just so mean to you. You can't. It's horrible. All right. So I was listening to Joe Rogan this morning, and he was like, "Oh, I heard they exaggerate." I was like, "That's the only thing I hate it when he says that." When he talks about heroin withdrawal, there's no exaggeration. It is as bad as they say it is. It is fucking horrible. So you don't know what you're talking about. It is horrible. And what it is opiates. They go into your receptors and they tell your body to stop producing dopamines, which is good feelings and stuff that helps you through pain. So your body stops making these dopamines, and that's why you go through withdrawals. So your body's like, oh, all right, they got this. He's giving us stuff. We don't have to do this. So it stops producing, and it goes over the opiate receptors. And when you stop using, that's why you go through withdrawals. It's horrible. So ask me anything. Ask me anything about heroin. Ask me anything about whatever. Leave a message. Ask me anything. This is pretty cool, the chat line. All right, we got one coming in. How long were you a heroin addict? All right, I was a heroin addict for about 20 years, believe it or not. How old are you? I will not reveal that, okay? Now, I'm in my 40s, my earliest you can be in 40s. That's when I am. But anyway, so I basically just told you. What is it? Clean needles. Oh my God, yes, I always used clean needles. Holy shit. I always use clean needles. It's so easy to get hepatitis, people. It's so easy. You can get hepatitis with your own fucking dirty needles. It's crazy. Anyway, I would really hope that you would decide against it. And anybody that is addicted to opiates because of doctors, I know OxyContin is like fucking evil today. Everybody's the OxyContin on air. That's cool. I'm going to just take some pictures over here. What do we got? Do you have enough? No. Oh, no. Just a little bit. I'm just texting somebody back. All right, anyway. I would really hope and pray that you guys would decide against doing heroin. And it's so easy. You get addicted to these pills. You do the pills, and then from the pills, you go right to the heroin. Because the doctor takes you off the pills. They don't detox you. I really blame these doctors. These doctors are fucking crazy, man. They're making all these kids addicted to opiates and shit like that. And they got to stop giving out painkillers like candy.